Yeah.
But at the same time, they're not giving us enough data, enough of what will we do after we give you that power? What happens next?
Yeah, because that's the big question, what will happen next? And I don't like calling them a lost cause, but I feel like it takes more than just someone resigning to solve the problem
Exactly
they
what I'm
currently have.
Yeah.
Because even during the time they had a president who was legitimate at
The
that
gangs were
time,
still there.
the gangs were still there. Like, to what point does it reach where they decide that now we are having a democracy or a system that plans, and the gangs decide to just dissolve? Yeah, so starting, we were supposed to talk about Haiti. So currently, there's a lot of instability happening in Haiti. So it started when the Prime Minister of Haiti left Haiti. So the Prime Minister left it. I'll just give a little bit of context.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister left Haiti to Kenya to come and sign more of a contract that will allow Kenyan police to go to Haiti. So after the Prime Minister left Haiti, most of the gangs in Haiti took over the place, and they don't want the Prime Minister to return. They want him to retire. Alternatively, they're threatening that civil war might occur if he does not retire. So clearly the people of Haiti do not want him to be there. And what's keeping him there, it's only the West. The West are the ones that are keeping him. Even if we talk about how now Kenya will go there. The reason why Kenya is going there is not because of our own interest, it's because of the West.
Yeah.
But I'd like to know your opinions on that. What's happening in Haiti, and what do you think about it?
First,
Yeah.
thank you for this chance.
Yeah.
Haiti is a little bit complicated, considering, it's mostly, I like calling the West the international police, because like they like really including themselves in almost everything. They are everywhere all the time. But in this case, I do feel Haiti needs help, but I also feel like the help they like, I don't know who, because as per now, they don't have a person that represents the rest of the nation.
Yeah.
Because it's being run by gangs, right?
Yeah, gangs,
and like, there's no specific order of how things are to happen. Like, for example, Kenya, Ruto speaks on our behalf.
Yeah.
Is right. So like, in this case, it's really complicated, but at the same time, I don't feel like us going there is really helping with anything. Number one, as it is, the police are really outnumbered by the gang.
Yeah.
They are outnumbered and outgunned.
Yeah.
Because I've seen somewhere that they have approximately 9,000 police, and the population is like about at 11 million.
Yeah.
So like, you see, us taking our 1,000, I know that's just the first batch, but like, I feel like we are not, it's not really what solution, what are we going to do? What is the order of things? How will things happen? First, we are an English speaking country. Haiti speaks French,
yeah.
right? So like, how are we going to help? What will be our contribution there? I still don't understand that.
Before we come to our police going there, I wanted to hear your thoughts on whatever is happening, because what's currently happening is the gangs want to completely take over the country. So currently they have taken over 80% of the country. And they want to, completely take over it. But for them to do that, they're requesting that the Prime Minister resigns.
I feel it's a sad turn of events, to be honest. And still complicated, because like, yes, let's say the Prime Minister resigns now. Then there are several gangs. As in my understanding, it's not one gang.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
It's a number of gangs. So like, which one will? Who is? It still brings that question: who is representing the needs and the wants of the Haitian people? Which gang can come and say, like, us as this gang? I don't know the names. We've talked to the Haiti people, and like, the people say they want this and this, and this is the order of how things will happen. The power will be distributed in such and such a way. Decisions will be made in such and such a way. So like, I feel like, yes, leaving them to it. Yes, resigning is what they want. And I agree that the Prime Minister should resign. But like, what comes after that?
Exactly. It's totally the same. What happened to Afghanistan. So there's a legitimate government that's there. Then there's this group at least for Afghanistan, it was easier because there was
one rebel
predominant rebel group.
Yeah.
So this rebel group comes and acts like the so-called
even if they don't necessarily represent the interest of the people, it's one, and they have one, they have one agenda, they have one way of doing things.
Yeah, but the point I was trying to derive is, at the end of the day, these gangs do not offer to the citizens what they want, because at the end of the day, you will be sanctioned by the international community, and which will cost the citizens of the country. So what they want currently is to take over Haiti, but looking at a bigger picture, there's a lot they lose.
There's a lot they haven't considered. There's so much into, when we talk about handing over power, or giving back power to people, it's important to come up with a framework that is inclusive, number one, that makes sure that even if not all citizens are being catered for, like majority of the citizens are being heard and they're being catered for. Like, there are many systems to put into consideration. There's the security system in terms of the police, there's the healthcare system, there's the education system. There are so many things that you should consider, like when and what are they. Okay, if yes, the prime minister does resign, what next? They're not giving us what next. I think that,
but I feel like the approach of the prime minister resigning, because which one thing we have not mentioned is there was an uprising that happened of the gangs, which ended the president dying at the end of it, and the prime minister is currently the one in charge of the country. So to some extent, I feel like what the gangs want to do is they want the prime minister to resign so that they can have a legitimate government. They don't want to just completely take over, because currently they're running 80%. 80% is enough to run the entire country. But maybe the approach they want is the prime minister to resign so that they can have their own leader who is elected at least, and who is chosen, so that at least it could be legitimate. Unlike what happens in most countries, happened in most countries like Afghanistan. So I feel like they want to take the right approach.
They might be wanting to see. I see what they want. I see what they're envisioning. But they're not, I'm not, yes, it's up to them. It's their country. It's not up to them to tell us that this is what you want to do. It's not up to them, they don't owe it to us to give us that breakdown. But at the same time, I feel like the international community is interfering, or is getting into their business, because it's gangs we're talking about. It's not necessarily true that they'll bring someone forward that who will be necessarily voted for in the right manner. It's not necessarily true. This is us assuming that is what they will do, or what they want to do. It's not them telling us that after the prime minister has resigned, this is what we'll bring to the table. This is what we will do. You see, so it's leaving so many gaps for us to fill for ourselves. So it makes other countries or the international community at large be in their business, even if we don't want to, because we are concerned, but at the same time, they're not giving us enough data, enough of what will we do after we give you that power, what happens next.
Because that's the big question, what will happen next? And when you look at the history of Haiti, for the longest time, they have not known peace. Because of many reasons. Most of these gangs have been there for the longest time, and they have grown, and
with time
they have become deeply rooted. And I feel like it's more of I don't like calling them a lost cause, but I feel like it takes more than just someone resigning to solve the problem they currently have. Because even during the time they had a president who was legitimate at that time, the gangs were still there. Like, to what point does it reach where they decide that now we are having a democracy or a system that runs, and the gangs decide to just dissolve?
That's the thing, because if they do choose the democratic rule, or the democratic route of doing things, it doesn't mean that the gangs will just dissolve, but just because we have a system of now doing things, now the gangs are done away with, we agree we are no longer a gang. You see, that won't happen automatically, that won't happen overnight, but we just need, because you see, in most countries, even those with those uprisings and the and the coups and all that, there's normally a person who's popular, and people view him as the person who would take power in case things go back to how they normally are. But in this case,
it's totally not that.
It's in the air.
It's in the air, and the gangs are in control. So what about your opinions on, because the Prime Minister came to Kenya, was it last week, but one or last week?
Yeah.
So he came to Kenya and he signed this contract. So the Supreme Court had ruled the Kenya police going to Haiti illegal, and they made some few recommendations. So it's only allowed for you to for you to deploy your policemen to another country only if they ask for help through the leader. So currently their leader is the Prime Minister, and he did that just to get aid of retaining what he has lost as part of the power to get back his own power, of which he's not allowed to go back to the country. So what's your thought?
I think him signing that agreement is null and void, because we can see like the people don't want him. So who is he speaking for? The people don't want him, which means he does not represent the interests of the people. So like him signing that agreement is null and void, because people might go there, but the people weren't in agreement with that in the first place. So like,
from a Kenyan perspective, what do you think about our policemen going to Haiti?
I think it's also, I don't know if this is a strong word, but I feel it's foolish. I feel it's really foolish. I think it wasn't thought through.
Why?
Because number one, the language barrier. First, the language barrier. They speak French. We speak English and Swahili. They speak French. That's a stark difference. That's one. Two, I don't know if the police will undergo special training, because this is not like the normal small robbery cases, or like, it's a gang. They have operation, and you're going to a foreign country. It's not like the gangs are coming to Kenya. We are the ones going there. That the way they do things is, I hope they are going through some sort of special training. I hope so. I don't know if they are, but like, this is just not well thought through. I feel Kenya has something to benefit from this. That's why we are taking part in it. But I don't feel like we have the interest of the Haitians at heart. I'm sorry, I don't feel so.
Because I talked about this on one of the podcast, on one of the episodes on the podcast, about how we are not going there for our own interest. So during some conference in New York, I think it was a UN conference in New York. So the president was there, and the US president was also there. And they discussed about Haiti, and he gave him he said that he'll give them the funds as long as they allow the policemen to go to Haiti. So
that's because they know they risk. They would like to help you guys, but they're also risking getting in the terrorists and that rebel group. So it's a gamble. I'm not saying they open up their borders, but they can offer the same help that we Kenyans are trying to offer, like maybe their police forces or their military forces to go to Haiti and help stabilize the situation. Come up with a framework that will enable Haiti to get back up in terms of good a good leadership system, revive what was once there when Haiti was functional.
But my take on our policemen going there is, it's a really bad decision. And this is what I love saying whenever the government makes a bad decision. They know they're making a bad decision all the time, but they just do it for their own interest. But sadly, as a country, we are watching this happen, and it's
that's
happening.
The thing. We're watching it happen because I don't think we're in a position to do anything. Our president doesn't care for our opinion. He just informs us of what he does. He doesn't really ask. He doesn't really ask for it. He just came to tell us that. He even said it on TV. Whatever ruling comes out, the police will go to Haiti, and they are going to Haiti. So he doesn't care. He's just informing you, this is the move I made. Deal with it.
It's going to be crazy, and I wish them the best if they go there, but it's the worst decision. We'll probably sadly see our policemen coming back dead, which is sad, but it's what they have to do.
Yeah, it's not what they. Yeah, they have to do it because an agreement was sent. People have to go there, so they do have to participate. They don't have a choice in it. But it's also sad because $20 million. And how long are the police going to stay there? It's indefinite. We don't know how long. We don't know how many times they're going to send police, because we were just being told about the initial number, but I'm sure this is something that will be happening again and again, because 1,000 troops will not help. It's not enough, because the police in Haiti are 9,000, as you said. The population is 11,000. Adding 1,000 is 10,000. You've not put the casualties, the ones who die, and we are saying 9,000 police, and we have not put into account that not all of the 9,000 are active. That's one. And the other thing is, they keep, there are many factors that we are not putting into consideration. So it's a bad
the odds are totally against us. You can just clearly see the odds are against us, because even when you're talking about Baringo, one of the reasons why they are unable to neutralize the situation is because most of the bandits have, they have grown up on that area. They understand the terrain and everything. They know where to place themselves strategically. They understand everything that goes on.
And to some degree, you can't tell me that they don't have support of certain people within these communities to carry out such attacks and not be found is not, they have to have some kind of support or some kind of system that enables them to do this, to carry out these attacks and go like we can't even trace where they're going to. We can't know, are they crossing after they do these attacks? Are they going to other counties? Are they staying in Baringo? Are they, where do they go afterwards? For them to be able to carry out such, such planned and, well thought out things, and the police of our country are unable to contain that. Just imagine in a new country, new language, people don't like you there. It's going to be hell.
It's going to be.
Even if they survive psychologically, it won't be easy.
I agree. It won't be easy.